When individuals transfer overseas or leave home to study abroad, they often receive practical or what I call survival information. For example, how to find housing, how to hook up their utilities, or how to find health insurance. If you're a student, you're probably given information on how to register for classes, how to find your advisor, or where to buy your books. The problem is that many individuals are never told what to expect and how to deal with this new experience. Hi, I am Louisa Drescher, President and CEO of Mastering Cultural Differences and a global diversity expert. I partner with HR executives and other leaders to help them address the many challenges of culturally diverse workplaces. I have conducted a lot of relocation training both for families and students. And in this video, I will share information about the different phases of the cultural adjustment process. I will also spend some time talking about culture shock, what it is, some possible symptoms, and what you can do to minimize its impact. This information is important for you if you are in the process of adjusting to a new culture, but also for those individuals teaching or supervising internationals. Cultural adjustment is a long term process of adjusting to a new culture. You finally feel comfortable in the new environment. Please understand that this does not happen instantaneously. It helps to think about your cultural adjustment process as a U curve or a series of stages you will likely go through. Here's what you can expect in each stage. First, the initial euphoria or eager stage. This is when you are planning to enter the new culture. Although you may have some apprehension, you're also excited about the new possibilities. You're looking forward to your new experience and you face the future with optimism. The next stage is the everything is beautiful stage. This is also called the honeymoon stage. You're excited. You're happy you made the decision to come to a new country and everything is wonderful. You love trying new foods, meeting new people, and seeing new places. Although this varies from person to person, studies show that this stage lasts between a couple of weeks to a couple of months. Now comes the everything is awful stage, also known as the culture shock stage. By now, the honeymoon is over and things have gone sour. You focus primarily on the differences you see and they irritate you. This is also when you start doubting yourself. Did I make the right decision? Was this the right move? I will talk more about culture shock in a minute. Lastly comes the everything is okay or the gradual adjustment stage. By now, the crisis is over. The host culture feels more familiar to you and you feel more at ease and less isolated. You now see things in a more balanced manner. In other words, there are things you like and things you don't like. You likely know more about the culture, you're more proficient in the language, and you are more accustomed to things in your new environment. You finally have the ability to function well in both cultures. A word of caution here. The same process will happen when you go back home. It's more like a W curve. And some scholars find this stage harder because it is unexpected. First, because you're going back home. And also because you are not the same person. You changed, the country changed, and so did your family and friends. So keep in mind that re-entry shock is a possibility. Now let's go back to culture shock. Culture shock is the term used to describe your reactions to the psychological disorientation you may experience when you move for an extended period of time into another culture. Please note that it is a natural occurrence. Some individuals will hardly notice it, while others may have to deal with it for several months. Some scholars equate culture shock to a disease because, in some instances, there are symptoms you may experience during this stage, such as headaches, stomach aches, anxiety. You find yourself crying for no reason. You spend excessive amounts of time sleeping, compulsive eating or drinking, stress in your relationships, both at work and at home, stereotyping, and many others. When I first arrived in this country, my culture shock manifested in different ways. I remember complaining with my mom about the food here. In fact, I wrote a letter home about it. I also experienced what it's called exaggerated cleanliness. I was constantly washing my hands, but I did not know why. I wish someone had told me back then what it meant. The good news is that culture shock is temporary, and there are things that you can do to minimize its impact. For example, you need to take the steps to learn as much as possible about the host country. One of the best antidotes to culture shock is knowledge and information about your new environment. Second, look for logical reasons behind everything that seems strange or confusing and irritating. And resist the urge to make jokes or negative comments about host nationals and the host culture. This is not going to help you. A more productive reaction is for you to find a host national or someone from your country who has been here longer than you have. These individuals can serve as cultural informants. The idea is for you to talk to these individuals about specific situations and your feelings related to them. These individuals can give you an insider's perspective on the situation. Lastly, know that culture shock is a natural experience and that it is temporary. In other words, have faith in the positive outcome of your new journey. If you would like a free PDF with a complete list of symptoms you can experience during the culture shock stage, click on the link below. And if you have not done so yet, please make sure to subscribe to the Mastering Cultural Differences channel so you can be notified of upcoming videos. And remember, differences are never a problem once you master them. Bye for now.